All right, fellas, we got the movies that I watched in July 2025. We got some interesting picks here, and there's some interesting movies, some obvious movies, but yeah, we got especially like the three directly in the middle, bro. That I got words. I got words about all of these, but I think we should just get started with the first one here. That is Karate Kid Legends. What do I want to say about this movie? I'll just say it wasn't bad. I just think that like his initial reasoning of joining the five boroughs or ending up fighting in the five boroughs competition tournament was kind of meh. You know, I do understand though it eventually just morphed into like him making up for the lack of action when he watched his brother die, like the main character. But it was just kind of annoying. It was just like it became tolerable after learning that like what happened with his brother. Though I mean it was just still kind of just whatever. Otherwise, antagonist, the Connor Day is the antagonist. He's like the guy that he fights at the end. Was quite literally just a copy from the other movies, I'm not gonna lie. And he's mad, like Connor Day is mad over the fact that his not girlfriend, by the way, they stopped seeing each other in the show, by the way, or the movie, and for some unknown reason he gets mad. He's like, grr, how dare you talk to my girl? That's not my girl at the same time. How fucking dare you? I'm like, bro, can we get like some interesting going on? Like, I don't know. Like, there was some dialogue in the movie that's like, that's like, bro's like, I didn't even know we were over like that, shorty. It's just like, dog. As if like not talking to you for a couple weeks and just saying that we're done is like not over, fucking dumbass. But like, I don't know. Movie was okay. I think I'd give it like a 6.7. It's either that or like it's in the range of like 6.7 to a 7. It's like in that range, but I think I'll just slap it in a B tier. I might move it depending on how everything else like shapes up. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to an absolute disappointment. Jurassic World Rebirth. Honestly, not that crazy of it, like, not that surprising of being a disappointment, but like this movie was just straight butt cheeks, bro. And I was talking to one of my friends about this movie. It's just like, what the fuck did they rebirth though? Like, what was the point of calling it rebirth when there's nothing being reborn? Mutating fucking dinosaurs is not grounds to call it rebirth, bro. Again, by the way. But like, just because I think Scarlett Johansson is hot as fuck does not mean this movie was not bad. Wait, no, that doesn't mean the movie is bad. Okay, let's just word it better. It means the movie is bad. Okay, 4 out of 10 D tier. Yeah, I think that's fine. There's somehow worse movies on this list, so it's fine. But yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth actually wastes your time. Though we already know it's gonna make fucking millions upon millions of dollars because Jurassic World IP, Scarlett Johansson. I mean, remember like Scarlett Johansson became like the most like paid like female actress. I think it was like that, or like she just became like a super like popular or some shit. Like, I don't know, like not popular, more like she became like most paid something. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was most paid actress of like 2025, I think, or 2024. I don't know, something. So I mean, on top of that and IP, this shit's gonna make a lot of money regardless, even if it's terrible. So yeah. But moving on, we have K-pop Demon Hunters. Just for clarification of people that want to know, I did watch this in English. Since like the totally 100% Netflix subscription that I watched this with, only it didn't have it. But yeah, Movie was okay. I do have my reaction of it over on Patreon. It's a free like movie reaction. Most of my movie reactions end up being like free, so you just have to follow the Patreon. It's either you follow the Patreon or it's just genuinely free. I don't know, it's one of the two. Just go check out the Patreon, it'll be down below in the description anyways. But that movie, I did watch it over there. I blame Kuri Manga for me end up watching that. She knows who she is, she knows what she did. She probably not watching this video, but she knows what she did. But anyways, animation was good, real Disney vibes, though. There was some cringy ass parts, but I'm not gonna lie, there really was. This movie was hardcore carried by the music, and it's like obviously it should be based on the fact that this is a movie about music, bro. Of course the music should be fucking like the top priority, bro. But either way, Bobby was best character, and I will not be argued against. If you say otherwise, you're wrong, and shut the fuck up. Anyways, K-pop Demon Hunters, I'll give it like a C. I think, yeah, I rated it at 6.8. It might go up, depending on where if I do this, because like if I move Karate Kid Legends. But what did I give a Karate Kid Legends again? Oh wait, no, this should just be higher. Actually, my fault. I'm stupid, because I forgot what the fuck I rated Karate Kid Legends. Anyways, continuing on. Anyways, we have Fantastic Four, the most recent movie I watched out of all these movies. Fantastic Four. Okay, I watched this twice. One time in the movie theaters, and one time totally 100% also in the movie theaters. I will not lie, on first viewing I had this shit like an 8. I had this shit as an 8 out of 10. I really like this movie. I mean, I still like this movie, don't get me wrong. It's just like, you know, there are some things that I have you know, kind of I'm annoyed with. That being the fact that none of them get to use their powers much outside of Sue and Johnny. Like, Sue and Johnny are like quite literally they hardcore carry this movie in terms of like power usage, you know. Not that you know, Reed doesn't use his powers. It's more like he mainly uses just his brain to find solutions and shit. That's what he does in this movie. He doesn't really like use his you know, stretchiness to do anything, really. You know, that didn't really like do anything in this movie. I do feel like this movie was way too short. I've heard a lot of like people talking about like the cut for this movie was not great. I kind of agree. There was some things that they could have like this movie could have probably done better, and like definitely setting up the whole thing better, you know. Maybe like, I know for some people probably showing like the origin would have been better too, though. I mean, I don't really care. I already know it. I watched the old movies. I know about Fantastic Four, so it doesn't matter to me. But some people are crybabies, so yeah, just like another series or just another movie on this list where people are crybabies about. But anyways, Fantastic Four, 7.8. So I was gonna say 6, but not 7.8. Easily the third best movie this month in my personal opinion. There's only like 2 higher than it in my personal opinion. But moving on, we have just an absolute disgusting, terrible movie trilogies of movies here, because there's more movies of this. I just did not watch them. We have the Tooth Fairy movies. Yeah, this one's also supposed to be a different one. This is supposed to be just like the first one, so don't mind the subtext on this one. This is just Tooth Fairy. So basically, I'm just gonna count this as Tooth Fairy. Basically, Tooth Fairy is a dog shit Tubi movie. And all of them, there are like 5 movies, and they're bad, so they're all going in F tier. It just keeps getting worse. That's all it is. It just keeps getting worse. Like, first movie, bad. Second movie, better. Third movie, how do they get any worse than this? But there's also more movies that I have not watched. I don't know. Moving the fuck on, bro. I don't know why I wasted my time watching these. But anyways, moving on. We have Happy Gilmore 2, an unexpected movie. I was not expecting this movie to drop in the slightest, bro. But either way, this movie is pretty funny. I'd say like majority, like there's like a lot more of this movie that is funny than it isn't. But obviously there are cringe moments. The Eminem scene. There we go. Let's speak properly, Moffs. Eminem scene was pretty funny. You know, where they jump him, where his kids jump him and shit, and then they throw him in the water and shit. That was pretty cool. Having him like be the son of that like nigga that called Adam Sandler's character like Happy Gilmore like a straight jackass, like every single 2 seconds he saw him, was pretty funny. You got him up there to do that. That was great. The people I watched it with didn't fucking like it much, but it's like, you know, I don't really give a fuck what they gotta say. But I say this is 6.9. It was pretty funny. It wasn't the greatest movie, but it wasn't. I would say it's not a necessary sequel. We didn't really need a sequel to Happy Gilmore. I feel like the first one is peak enough, you know. But I watched it. It wasn't bad. So yeah. But anyways, moving on. We have The Amazing Bulk, and this is just quite literally one of the best movies I've ever fucking seen. Masterclass, masterpiece in every single aspect. Why this didn't like sweep the Oscars when it released in 2010, I don't fucking know. And every other award show, ridiculous. 10 out of 10 movie. We'll be watching again. Go watch it if you haven't. Anyways, moving on. We have, I think this is the most anticipated movie of this month outside of Fantastic Four. Superman. We have Superman 2025, the reboot of the DC universe. This was something you had to like, you have to get right, or they'll just not make another Superman movie for a long ass time. You know, this is something you have to get right. And you know, they got it right, bro. They got it fucking right. They got it right. David Cornsweet Superman, amazing, easy A tier, 8 out of 10 movie. Obviously, you know, the only like big problems with it is like it wasn't longer. And that's really my critique for it. That's where my critiques end for it, you know. It wasn't longer. I'm waiting for the other characters to get introduced. I'm waiting to see what else James Gunn does with the DCU. Because obviously, or the DCEU, I should say. Because obviously, there's a bunch of other characters they need to do, like the biggest one being fucking Batman. You know, I wonder how we gonna do Batman, you know. That's the big all important part, bro. How does a Batman work in this new universe, you know? Because obviously we know Batman is established already. He's already like old enough. He has the Bat family. He has like, you know, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, all the fucking Robins, all that shit, you know. So I wonder how that's gonna go. That's what I'm waiting for to judge how James Gunn's gonna go. I mean, obviously I know that James Gunn, he's already like, you know, expressed like disinterest of actually like making the Batman movie. So I think that's fine, you know. So we're gonna be waiting for that. Who do y'all think Batman's gonna be in the DCEU, bro? What actor do you want him to be? I don't know, cause like I'm not really like a fan cast person. Who do I want Batman, like who do I want acting as Batman in the DCEU? Because I will admit, you know, I've seen like a lot of theories. Like I've seen like a bunch of different people, but they're like, you know, their 2 cents to it. Like some people have been saying like Henry Cavill is Batman, Alan Richardson. I know he's been also like fucking gladiating or whatever. Fucking, he's been the poster boy for wanting to be himself to be fucking Batman as well. I mean, I wouldn't be against him being Batman because obviously Reacher's pretty good. I've seen him in a couple, like the Reacher mainly. He was also part of the DC or the DC universe at some point, but obviously not like the DCEU. He was part of like, you know, he was Aquaman in the Smallville show, so I wouldn't be against that. I don't know. There's a bunch of contenders for it, but we just gotta wait and see what James Gunn, you know, who gets hired for it, the casting director, who he picks, you know, who they pick. But either way, this is a very interesting list of movies. I don't know. It's like I think this is fine. I don't think anything was here a C tier, because I don't know. I think this is like C tier is like 5 out of 10s, you know, and then B's like 6 to 7s, and then A's like 8s to 9s, and then 10 out of 10s is bulk, you know, easy. And these are just terrible movies, bro. Terrible movies. But anyways, I got nothing else. What's the best movie you watched this month? Because mine's obviously The Amazing Bulk, followed by Superman, and then Fantastic Four. But anyways, I got nothing else for you guys, so I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all later.